Your morning routine will either set you up for success or failure for the day ahead. It can also make or break your brain's performance and destroy your capacity to focus and earn what you deserve. In surveying 60,000 people when researching my book Unstoppable for Entrepreneur magazine, I developed the 15 minutes to unstoppable morning routine based on the million+ data points we collected. First, I tested it on myself. I went from depressed, broke to back on track to do over 2.3 million in sales and went on to write 3 books in 3 years. If you're struggling to focus during your workday, you need to know you're not alone. In a world of never-ending distractions, it makes it hard to concentrate and do deep and meaningful work. However, with a few easy to apply changes to your morning routine, you can quickly increase your energy, boost focus and concentration, and improve your adaptability to stress, just like our 10,000+ strong members have. They're applying a new approach to their routines that's changing their lives in countless ways, especially financially. You see, there are 12 mistakes that people make on a daily basis that result in a loss of focus. Thankfully, I've got a free quiz for you that will pinpoint yours. But first, we need to step you through the 6 easy to apply aspects of this routine that takes just 15 minutes first thing in the morning. It's firmly based on the principle that a positive thought will only hold for as long as your biochemistry supports it. Think about it. What would happen to you or to a peak performer if you depleted them of key nutrients and exposed them to chronic stress that reduced their motivation molecule, dopamine? Well, our survey results showed they quickly became unmotivated, unfocused, and distracted. They fell into the routine of eat, sleep, work, repeat. And many slipped into depression. To break this cycle, the first part of your morning routine is to take 60 seconds and identify 16 triggers that impact 2 factors, your energy and your emotions. Master these 2 and you can amplify your earning potential and crush your goals. These 16 triggers include factors that can mimic and cause psychological disorders like brain fog, depression, anxiety, and fatigue that derail your day. It also draws your attention to underlying causes that reduce mental clarity. First thing in the morning, you need to ask yourself, are you suffering from any of the following triggers? Like poor sleep quality, lack of exercise, dehydration, poor gut health, shallow breathing, or nutritional deficiencies, to name just a few. Members of my program, The Biohacker's Guide to Superhuman Focus, use downloadable journal pages to track these and to help make this 15 minutes to unstoppable morning routine quick and easy to do. Your objective here is to bring to the surface triggers of poor mental performance that are holding you back even before your day gets started. Then once I've identified what's hurting my mental cognition, focus, and drive, I make a plan for 2 to 3 short biohacks out of 13 options I can apply throughout the day to address them head on to optimize energy and productivity. For example, if I'm feeling tired and lethargic, I'll make a plan for a 15-minute nap midday, and I'll take an ice cold shower before I start work. Cold showers work much like gentle electroshock therapy for people with depression. It sends electrical impulses to your brain and increases circulation. It lights it up like a Christmas tree. This wakes up your system, increases alertness, energy, and clarity, and it releases your happiness hormones, endorphins, getting you off to a great start first thing. This is especially useful if you wake up in the morning and feel mentally sluggish, or if you're prone to brain fog. I ask people in the free quiz below if they suffer from brain fog specifically, because it's a key indicator that they have inflammation in their system that's resulting in slow brain function that affects their ability to perform at their best throughout the day. The next step is one of the most important and is also backed by research. Studies have shown that gratitude improves general well-being and can reduce stress and depression. UCLA researchers discovered a possible link between gratitude and lower levels of inflammation. They found that feelings of thankfulness may reduce inflammation by turning down brain activity that's associated with a biological stress response. Gratitude also helps to minimize cortisol production. Cortisol is your stress response. Your brain secretes both cortisol and adrenaline when you're stressed out. When this happens, you enter a state of fight or flight, which hijacks your capacity to focus on what you need to get done. I take a few moments to list the 3 things that I'm grateful for first thing in the morning during this routine. The purpose of this is to alter my brain's negativity bias so it can seek out opportunities and not focus on shortcomings. But none of this is effective without the next critical steps. In your journal, you must list your top 3 priorities for the day, then break them down into 5 smaller but manageable chunks. Then you need to schedule them for specific times throughout the day. And this next part is key. Think of your goals like dominoes. What are the biggest goals that you need to focus on right now that will knock over all of the other smaller ones? These should be prioritized to a window of time in which you're at your most effective and mentally alert. For me, that's between 9 a.m. and 12 p.m. For you, it may be later in the day. This is also the time in which I focus on income-producing activities as a priority. Everything else comes after this. I want to deploy my greatest cognitive resources to the tasks that will have the greatest impact at a time in which I have the mental bandwidth to troubleshoot problems and come up with creative solutions. The smaller dominoes, they fall in the afternoon. Then, once I've got my priorities in order, I've identified any symptoms that can mimic or cause brain fog, depression, and mental exhaustion, and I've got 3 biohacks to mitigate the negative effects of them. I take the next most important step that pulls all of this together, which is to mentally rehearse myself completing these activities in a 10-minute visualization practice. I call this the FRF method, and I provide all my members with this unique visualization as well as the journal pages in my program. It's the same practice that authors, CEOs, and athletes use to prepare for a race or a major project. It allows you to mentally rehearse what you have to do, overcoming any challenges to the final successful completion of your goals. You then rewind and fast forward back and forth multiple times like a movie. This tricks your brain into thinking you've been there and done it before. Hence, there's nothing left to fear, and all that's left is your capacity to focus. This 15-minute morning routine is unique to anything that's out there, as it addresses anything that dulls your brain's capacity to stay focused while increasing dopamine, managing stress, and optimizing your energy levels so you can achieve your financial goals in business or in life. But your first step is to take the free quiz below to identify which of the 12 mistakes you're making that's causing you to lose focus throughout the day. The next step is to apply this to your daily routine ASAP.